Buenas noches, bienvenidos. We have, oh my God, I forgot it was in English. We have a very interesting program today. It's my first program in English, and that gives me a little scared. That makes me a little scared, but that's how things must work. If you want something and you want it really bad, you must fight for whatever you want. Why wait? This is something I wanted to do a long time ago. And sometimes, think about this, you have a dream in your head. You want something to happen in your life, but you're waiting for the perfect time. You know what's a perfect time? The day you wanted to do that. And now that day or that time passed, the best perfect time, it's right now. So let's start making things happen. For me, it's like I told you, it's a very interesting day because I'm not used to speaking English. I study in English like, let's say, from 1 hour to 3 hours daily. 80% of what I study, it's in English, but I'm not used to talking. So right now I'm talking, and that's okay for me. I hope it's okay for you. If you have any questions, please ask me. Today, I have a very special guest which is Juan Carlos Garcia. He is a great leader, and he's a person I appreciate very much. And I'm very happy to have you here, Juan Carlos. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yes, man. Can you hear me? Okay, that's good. Tell me something. Yes, man. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Tell me something. What do you think of the, how do you say? I forgot the word. How do you think of the name of today? It's fucking making things happen, right?
Right.
Okay, that's nice. So how do you make fucking things make happen?
Well, it all, from my point of view, it comes back to what is your motivation to do something.
Okay.
If you have the right motivation, if you have the compelling reason to do it, then nothing should stop to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish.
Yeah. So whenever people don't get what they want, it's not that they can't. It's maybe they don't want it enough, right?
There is always a way to do something.
Okay.
You just have to figure out. It's like you are into fitness, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's assume that you have a client that wants to lose 120 pounds.
Yes.
Okay, that's an obese person, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So if you tell someone, you know what, you have to lose 120 pounds, that sounds like a huge goal, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So if you say to the person, all right, don't worry about losing 120 pounds. Let's just lose 10 pounds per month. Okay, that sounds much better. Right.
Yeah.
So now if you tell the person, all right, instead of losing 10 pounds a month, don't worry about that. I want you to lose every week 2.5 pounds. Okay,
Easier.
even better.
Yeah.
Easier. And then, okay, instead of, don't worry about losing weight. Just make sure that on 5 days a week, you do 45 minutes of cardio,
Okay.
and eat 5 times and no more than 2,500 calories for the day based on your weight. Don't worry about losing weight. Just worry about doing that.
Yeah.
The moment you put it that way, someone can say, well, I can do that. Right. Well, if you do that, chances are that in a year, you're going to lose 120 pounds. The challenge is that people, they see the big goal, but they forget about the fact that in order to achieve a big goal, it's just a big goal is the result of baby steps.
Yes, of
Accomplish
course.
baby steps. That little by little you get closer to your goal.
Yeah. People often used to say that the most important is to have a big goal, but the way it's more important sometimes than just a big goal. How you say, like the baby steps. That makes,
Right,
because if you don't have a great way, you won't get there.
right.
You have to like to enjoy or to love the game or love the journey. It's not that Messi is thinking about the cup. He's just worried about playing and doing his best every day, practicing every day. And whenever the game comes, he just fucking make it happen. It makes that goal.
You know what? I'm so glad you mentioned that because my son Matias, he
Uh-huh.
loves Messi. Okay, and his favorite team is Barcelona. So he's always, oh, Messi this, Messi that, Messi this, Messi that. So then I the other day, last week, I told him, you know what? It's awesome that you love Messi. It's awesome that you want to play or have that be at have the skill level one day that because of his team. Because
Yeah.
it's soccer is not a one-man show. It's 11
Yeah.
players.
Of course.
So all the players need to make it happen to put the ball in the right place at the right time for him to
Because you and your family, it's what makes you better or fight every day stronger.
right, right, and I can, you come very close to me because I remember my dad. I as you know, I grew up in Guayaquil,
Okay.
and my dad Nico, he used to work a lot. He used to work a lot,
Yeah.
and by the time that he will get home, I was already it was already nighttime because he's got multiple jobs. And then
Okay.
when I was older, one time I asked him, so why you work so much? And he's like, well, in order to provide the lifestyle that now you enjoy. And then I reflected to myself and I said, well, is it worth it to sacrifice family and quality time in order to achieve a social status or position? So that's why every time that I see your videos, every time that I see you with your kids doing, doing bicycle, and now that I see them also doing what you guys do, I mean, I that really inspires me
Thank
because
you.
they're gonna have memories about you sharing those times with them.
For me, when I started doing this, I mean, wanted to do build my job and not work from other people. I was thinking about liberty or freedom, but freedom not the one that comes when you're 60, but the freedom of time to be with your kids and have lunch with them and take them to school. That's the
Right,
real freedom that you can say he has like a game. I can go there. I mean, it's the weekends. Okay, let's go. Let's go run. Let's go be bicycle. Let's go. Let's be in the family because family it's so important and so many people are working thinking that they're providing for their family and what their family needs is more quality time and what they're missing it's you. They want more of you and maybe less of the money, but and if you could work maybe a little less hours or work with another team group so you don't have to work that much, you could be more time with them, and that's very important.
right. Yeah, let me just move. My dog just walked into my room and he opened the door.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
don't worry.
So here is my analogy.
Okay.
You see, all of us have a purpose in life. Wouldn't
Yes,
you
of
agree?
course. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So basically, the fact that we all have a purpose in life, that doesn't mean that the purpose, the sole purpose of our lives is to be rich. Maybe being wealthy, but not necessarily rich. But
Yeah,
people tend to only look for that, and they don't bring balance to their lives. Don't get me wrong, it's great. I have no issue whatsoever with seeking financial freedom. You can seek for financial freedom.
of course.
However, there's going to be a balance in your life so that later on in life there's no regrets. There's no if I could have. I mean, things that
Yeah.
you regret later on in life that you didn't or you were not able to accomplish just because you were seeking for financial freedom.
I mean, time will pass, and if you're growing your family will grow with you and be closer to you, or far away from you, and you won't see them. I mean, if you're losing time with your kids, you won't see them do whatever they're how they're growing, and that's what we're talking. That maybe it's more important. Let's not say maybe. It's really more important the the way, like the game, than the end, because people always seeking for the end. It's like you say, I want to lose 120 pounds, and that's only what they're thinking. I want to make $1 million, and they don't, because they all the time are thinking of the end. They don't grow in the. I forgot that. ¿Cómo se dice el camino? Fuck.
The journey,
The
the
journey.
journey.
Yeah, love the journey. Yeah, that's a
Enjoy the
thing.
journey.
Yes, you just have to enjoy. I mean, a great journey has a great ending. And by the way, most of our time we're in the journey, not in the end. We're not like in the end. Yeah, at the end. People most of the times, because they're thinking of great times, they only feel good when they graduate from school, when they got married, when they get divorced. That's just kidding. When they when they just achieve things, but not in the journey. And let me tell you, if 98% of the time you're in the journey, will you be happy? Maybe not.
Yeah, it's 100%. Look, I'm gonna share a personal story. So
Yeah,
when I was growing up, and I would see exotic cars, and
yeah,
well, for starters, in Guayaquil there were no exotic cars. There were luxury cars, but no exotic cars.
yeah.
So until later on, like now you can see exotic cars, but back then when I was growing up, no exotic cars were in the streets.
Okay.
So I remember that I used to have posters. When my friends
Yeah.
had posters of girls, I had posters of cars. And and you know what? One
Okay.
day I was like, one day I'm gonna have an exotic car. One day I'm gonna have an exotic car. One day I'm gonna have one of these cars here. I'm gonna have. So back in 2016, I had the opportunity to have an exotic car, and I
Yeah.
gotta tell you that it was fulfilling being able to get it, not have debt over the purchase of the vehicle. And 5 months later, I sold the car because it was uncomfortable. It was overrated. It was not what I was expecting. And you know what? It got to a point that I was like, you know what? I don't need this. I mean, at this point in my life, I don't need this. So,
Yeah.
so that what I'm trying to say is that for the longest time, I wanted to achieve. I want to get this. I want to really get this. And when I was finally there, ah, it's not. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. So many times we set goals that are not. There's nothing wrong with setting goals, but as you said,
Oh,
what's the reason behind the goal? Yeah, I want to have $1 million. Why is
what?
it that you have $1 million? There's
Yeah.
got to be a compelling reason to do that. So if you tell me, you know what, I'm gonna make $1 million. Why? Because I want to be able to give as much as possible. Great. You know what? Don't make a million, make 10 million.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
fine. So the more you have, the more you can give. But there's
Yeah.
got to be a compelling reason.
Yeah. I I used to think like you and many other people. I remember the other day I was in a live right here, and someone said that having things, having a great car and a great watch, will give you security. And if you think about that, your security is based on something external. And what if you don't have that external? I'm not saying that you should lose it to grow inside, but many times, my story, what I've lived, being hurt and having a real difficult time in my life made me strong from the inside. By the way, and I can tell you something, I haven't seen a strong man or woman with an easy past. So if you're struggling right now, maybe of COVID or whatever is happening, think that this is the only thing that's making you is strengthening you in your heart, in your soul, and in your mind. Also, let's say, why are we here? I'm just like fighting for real. It's make I'm having a hard time, not because I don't know English, because I understand 101%. What I study like 3 hours daily English, but I don't often speak. But why I'm here? Because I want to grow. And you grow not in your comfort zone, but when you jump, when you're not comfortable and you're making the effort. And that's the message I want to take to people. I want people not to think I am about an ideology, but I am of the action, and my actions give more credit or gives more light than what I think. And I have to show it by my example. That's all.
Right. You gotta lead by example. And you know what? I commend you and I congratulate you because you gotta have balls in order to do what you're doing. I mean, the fact that you don't feel comfortable, that you are making yourself uncomfortable. You know what? Right. Shit, man. For the first couple of weeks, it hurts. It really hurts. But then little by little, you start. It becomes easier and easier and easier to the point that eventually you enjoy it and it becomes a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So then it's not hurt. And then when you start seeing the results, you're like, wow, man, this is great. This is really it's working for me. It really I'm getting somewhere. And
Yeah.
then magic happens. You know what's the magic? The magic is people start noticing and they say, man, you look good. You look great. So same thing with
Yeah.
you. You're doing it in English. Yeah, maybe right now it bothers you. It's
Yeah.
not your comfort zone. It's not your first language, English, Spanish. However, it's gonna get to a point that you're gonna be like, okay, this is not as hard. And then other people, they're gonna start being like, man, I like to start doing what you're doing. You're doing something good. I like what you're doing. And then you're gonna remember, shit, I still remember that August, what's today? The
That
13th? The
yeah,
13th on a
today's 13.
Thursday at 8 p.m. when I did the live and it was hard. But you did it, man. So good for you. Kudos.
No, for me, yeah. Thank you, man. But it's like that. Right now, I'm doing like four four lives weekly because I want to get out there. I think I've struggled a lot and I've learned a lot. If it's not for me, I want to give, and that's why I'm giving because it's free, and I'm giving it like two. It's like 4 or 5 hours a week just talking to people, just bringing strong people like you, leaders that have something to say to others, to teach. Because people, what's more important for them is their mindset. Many times, I mean, the problem is not a problem if you think it's not a problem. A problem becomes a problem because you make it a problem. The thing, many people right now are winning in that thing that's very hard for you, that thing that you're struggling with, that you think that you can't go out. They've made it happen, and they've made great things just because of that. So I mean, the struggle is good. It makes you good. Let's not run away from it. Let's go through it.
The
Yeah,
struggle is really good. Look,
yeah,
one
for
of the
real.
persons that I admire the most is my wife in the whole world. And I'm not, this is no BS. This is for real. Because we're not, I mean, I was born here in the United States, but I was not raised here. I was raised in Ecuador.
Yeah.
So, but my wife, she was born and raised down there in Ecuador. So our first language was Spanish. And when I came here, although I study in a bilingual school,
Uh-huh.
I can say that I didn't learn the language. So when I came here, when people will talk to me in English, what I will hear was like, sure, 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 sure. Literally, that's what I
I
will
mean,
hear.
what?
Sure, sure, sure. And I'm like, inside was like, oh my gosh, what, ¿qué me está diciendo? But anyways, um, so we do real estate. And the reason why I admire my wife is because although what she does on a daily basis, which is talk to most of the time strangers, she gets, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use this language, but she gets shit done. And at the end of the day, you know what? That's what really matters. Get shit done.
Mm,
Because older people, I mean, you might have someone out there that talks, and they might have perfect English, but then they do not do what they're supposed to do.
they don't get shit
So
done.
yeah, they don't get shit done. So at the end of the day, it comes down to, all right, I mean, put the money where your mouth is. If you say you're going to do something, just do it.
Yeah,
Just do it. Don't worry about the results. Don't worry about the failures, because
yeah,
the road to success is paved with failures. So
of
that's
course.
all you have to worry. If you don't fail, you are not advancing. If you're, once again, I go back to fitness. If I start lifting weights and I feel no pain, there's going to be no gain.
Yeah,
Why?
of course.
Because I have not stressed out the muscles. And I'm not an
Yes.
expert, but it's common logic. Same that
Yeah.
analogy applies to everything. So in order for you to succeed, you have to fail. And my
Of course.
wife now, she's experiencing tremendous success, but because she failed many times over and over, and that what she would do is, all right, let's go to the next one, let's fail again, and eventually out of many failures, boom, comes a success. Oh, I want to buy. Oh, I want to sell. Great. let's
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 make it
get
happen.
let's take care of it.
Yeah, the thing is, most of the people are not no, do not know how much things they can get done, because they think they are, and they define themselves because of what they of their past. And if you think of your past is not who you are, it's who you were. It's what you did before. And if life has to do with growing, I mean, let me tell you, life is growing. So what I'm all about is to embrace the potential that it's within you, within everybody. And when I think of my potential, I say I'm working and I'm like a 3 from 1 to 10. And when people say, but that means you're not working and doing your best, I'm doing my best. But when I see myself and I see how much shit I can get done, I say, well, damn, I can grow. The difference is, many people, it's like this is a cup of drink, right? It's a little one. If you measure yourself and your potential, it's full, you're thinking too small. But if this is my potential and I put myself in a big cup, I might seem I'm doing too little, but I'm not. The thing is, I'm looking very up, very strong, so where I can grow. And I'm thinking of tomorrow. This I'm doing today. If you see how many people are joined, you might say, man, I'm losing my time. I'm not losing my time. I'm today is going to be in English, and a friend of mine is going to be Thursday. And when she told me that she's coming, I told her it's not one day thing. I'm going to do it every day, and let's start by 6 months until December, and let's see what happens. When I start doing this, I have a team. I have two accounts. And with one account, I say, I'm going to do it in English. And one person said, it's not a good idea. I said, why? And that's an answer, a question you must do to whatever people say, whatever you want to do to grow, it's a bad idea. You know why? Because that way you could minimize whatever they say and make it better. So he said, it's not a good idea because people will get confused and say that your channel until yesterday was in Spanish. Say, no worry. Every time for the next month, I'm going to put my Spanish account is this one. And in my Spanish account, my English account is this one. And if you see my bio, it says Spanish account this and English account this. And if you think big, you must embrace your future by growing here and by hurting and by making fucking things happen in the journey. Damn.
Just, you gotta enjoy the journey. You have to enjoy the journey, and always. I mean, yeah, I can see there's 5 people actually watching, but I see Bella, Echevarria, Arnaldo, Francisco, and everybody's joining, but nobody's engaging. Nobody is asking questions. Nobody thumbs up, something like that. But you know what? Maybe because this is something new, and maybe now you don't see the results, but this is just the first step. You are doing. I mean, you might not see it as a big accomplishment, but it's not about where you are right now. It's where you're going. Now, thinking that you're going to see results by December, I wouldn't say December. I would say by July of next year, then start worrying about, okay, maybe I should change something. But always remember this.
Sorry.
Don't change your goal. Your goal, you never change your goal. Your goal is always the same. Change the strategies in order to reach your goal.
Yeah, it's like a GPS. GPS first tells you where you're going. And that's something you have to have in mind. First, say where you're going. Afterwards, the GPS will tell you where you're at. And that's something you have to think. Because many people think that the most important thing is where they want to go, but they don't have this personal, they don't know where they're at in their life, in their self-love. They don't have perception, how to say personal, they don't know where they're at in their life. They don't know what they're missing. They don't know what they have to learn. So then they don't know how will be like the trip. What? They have to know self. Yeah, I forgot the word. I'll tell you in a minute. The word. And the next thing is you just make the awareness. Yeah, that's a word. You have to have self-awareness, because many of us think that the most important thing is where you're going, but depending from where you are, your trip is different. Let's say I'm going to your house and I get to Miami. Oye, Juan Carlos, I'm going to your house. And I say, where you're at? Because the first thing you have to know is where you're at to see where you have to go to, because the trip will be different depending on where you're at. And everybody, let's say everybody here wants $1 million. The same thing. Everybody will have a different trip. And the amazing thing about the GPS, if you miss the road, the GPS won't tell you, you're stupid, you missed it. They only say recalculating. And that's how you do with your life. If you missed something, you just recalculate and keep on going and never stop. And every day you'll grow one step, one street at a time and make things happen.
Right. Well, think about it. If you were to grow, if you were to grow just 1% every day, if you look at it from the perspective as just 1%, that's nothing. But if you look at long term, we're talking about a new person. And in reality, that's what really matters. It's like what you were saying. Oh, I want to have $1 million. Fantastic. You want to have $1 million, but why $1 million? Why not 2? I mean, what is it that $1 million is going to do in your life? Now, somebody might say, oh, because I want to do this, because I want to buy that. I mean, whatever the reason is behind that train of thought. Okay, so visualize what you're going to do once you achieve it. Don't think about, oh, I have to get there. I have to get it. No, just visualize it and just plan accordingly and put together your strategies so that once you see that you are deviating from your ultimate goal, then you can adjust and recalculate so you can get there.
If you're thinking of what you're saying, many people think of when is the best time to start something, and the best time is now. If you thought it yesterday or 1 month ago, maybe that was the best time. Forget it. The best time is now because it's the only one you have. So if you think by time passing, and let's say I don't start this today, and December comes and next year comes, because time will pass, and the same happens to you. It's, I want to lose weight. Why not now? People are just waiting. I'll lose weight next year. When the year comes, I'll say, shit, I should have started, because whatever happened, the time will make you grow. It's like when you put a plant in the seed. If you put it right now in December, it will be bigger than if you put it in December. So whatever you have and want to make shit happen, do it right now. Baby steps. That whatever you have, one call, just study, look out for it, and start as little as you have with whatever you have. Because what you need to make things happen, or to start to make things happen, is not more resources, but more resourcefulness. Man, more of you, because when you know what you have and you give what you have, that's what grows from you.
Right. In the sharing spirit that we are, that brings me to something that happened today. So today I received a list. Right. Today I received a list of 192 people that have passed the real estate exam. So I divided the list into 3 people, and we started calling them. So when we were done, because each one of us had that 60-something people to call, and we were able to reach our goal to reach out those 192 people in about like maybe 4 hours, all combined. Nice. And it's amazing that out of each person, when we did the dialings, about 80% of the people that we call, it went to voicemail, that they didn't answer. Okay. So call them again, because tomorrow there's going to be a new list. So yeah, there's a new list. But every time there was a voicemail, we will leave, hi, this is JC Garcia with Keller Williams Legacy. Call me, blah, 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 give my information. And so I was done with my calls today around 6 p.m. I still have not received one phone call from the messages that I left. Yeah. And the other 2 people that I also gave the list, same thing. So many times there's opportunities knocking on the door, but it's not like we pretend, but, oh, I'm too busy, or I'll take care of this tomorrow, and then we lose the opportunity. Yeah.
Oh my God. You procrastinate, right?
Yes. Yes. Or you miss out on good opportunities.
If you think of salesmen, right? Salesmen are more losers than winners, because talking about your sample, if you call 20 people, 18 will say no, and 2 will say yes, and some will say, but man, I don't want to say no. If you think about it, if you don't do nothing, the no is for sure. So why not think and do something, and maybe the yes will come. The no, you already have it, but look and seek and you will find. I mean, you have to believe that there's something bigger on someone bigger that loves you so much and has a purpose for you and gives you, like, I've never said this in English. How do you say libre albedrío?
Free will.
Free will.
Free will.
To make, the free will, and gives you that. I tell you something. If you have kids, whenever you tell your kid, do something, it's because you know your kid can do it. You won't tell a 2-year-old to go and cook his eggs because you know he'll burn himself. But if God gives you the free will and gives you the opportunity to do things for yourself, let's do it. Because he loves you so much that he gives you the opportunity to grow. Because it's different when someone gives you something than when God gives you the opportunity for you to make your things. And that makes you grow over whatever it's happening to you.
Yeah. Preach, Pastor, preach. So let me ask you something. I like this. I like this interaction. So when someone, let's say that you ask me a yes or no question right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now,
you want me to ask you
a yes or no question. Yeah.
Okay. Before I do that, hi, hola Elena, ¿cómo estás? Elaine, perdón. We're having an interview next week, and that's something I'm very looking forward to it. By the way, this is my first English interview, and I'm having making things happen. Very happy for it. Okay. Maybe you lost.
Where's the yes or no question?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Ask me a yes or no question.
Make it. Do you love your wife?
Yes. No, that's easy. Yes. Okay. I'm asking a different question because my wife is watching. If I would say no, I will be in trouble. So ask me another question.
Okay. How sure are you? I know. Are you very sure that life will get better within time, or not?
You know what? Let me make it easier for you. All right. I'm going to ask you the question. Okay.
I'm thinking in English for the first time and doing a 1-hour interview, and you're asking me to think something that's not normal for me. But okay.
All right. That's fine.
You start,
that's
and then
fine.
I'll give it back, right?
Get shit done. Get shit done. All right. So let's do this. So here's the question: is your shirt, is the color black?
No.
No. Right. So
No.
are the colors of your teeth green?
No.
No. Right.
Yeah.
So that's 2 questions. Okay.
Yeah.
So is the color of your pieces, is it white?
I didn't hear you good because of the internet. Please.
Okay.
Say it again.
Your earpieces, is the color white?
No.
Okay. You gave me 3 no's, right?
Okay. Yes.
What's your response? Positive or negative?
It's positive because I'm answering what you wanted me to answer. Right?
Okay. Don't think it too much. Is the response based on the fact that you said no, is that positive or negative?
It depends, man. Because for me, everything is positive, and I just find a way to make it positive.
Okay, not for you, for the rest of the world.
And negative,
myself.
Because they think no, it's negative.
Right. And if I would say, okay, the color you're wearing, it seems like it's like bluish or purple. The earpiece is black. Your teeth are white. The answer would have been yes. And that's okay. So he gave me a positive response. You see, that's what, unfortunately, that's where we have an issue. The issue is that we connect a yes or no response with a positive or negative connotation. In reality, it's just an answer. So whenever we want to achieve something, whenever we want to achieve something and we find no, then we tend to think, oh, this is too hard. Oh, everybody is negative. Oh, he gave me a negative response. He doesn't. No, it's just an answer to your question. The fact that I asked you something, you said no, that doesn't mean that you don't like me. It's just no to the question that I'm asking you. That's it. It's a response.
If you change the question, the answer will change, right? That's your point. Maybe we're asking the wrong
What was
questions.
that?
If we change the question, the answer will change.
No,
maybe we're doing the wrong question.
no. My point is right. No, my point is that the question might be right. Is the way we take the response that we take either this is positive or negative. But in reality, it's just an answer. Like if I call you right now and you say, and if I call you and ask you, hey, Julian, do you want to sell your house? And you say, no. Oh, Julian is negative. No, it's not that you're negative. You're just saying no to whatever I propose to you. So, Julian, do you want to? Right. So usually people tend to associate something positive or something negative with the answer yes and no. If someone says yes, okay, this is positive. If someone says no, okay, this is negative. But in reality, it's just an answer. It's just a response. And many times we want people to answer the way that we want. And at the end of the day, it's not what we want. At the end of the day, it's about, okay, what is happening? Is the world doesn't spin around us.
Okay. In the same line of your thinking, it's not what I want. It's really what they want. And my thought should be, how can I serve you so you can find your yes in a win-win strategy? Because it's not that I win and sell you, it's that we both win because I know what you want to buy and I show you and you buy what you want to buy, not what I want to sell. Right?
Right.
And the other thing I was thinking is, let's say I say, let's go play football. And let's say I'm beside a football field, right? And you're walking by and I say, let's go play football. And you just walk by. Whenever you say no, just by the time you're saying no, you're interacting. And that means you're giving me attention. And I can use that attention because you may be interested. And no means you're still playing. And some people think sometimes that when people say no, they think it's bad and they get like feel bad about it. But if they're answering no, the only thing is they're already having an answer. That means they're playing with you. I mean it like in a game, like football, right? But sometimes you have no answer. And when there's no answer, there's no interest, like the people that don't answer back. What you have to know when someone answers, it's why no, to get to learn the person, and then no, asking is not what they want you to ask. And when you find what they really want, that's when we get a win-win strategy, right?
I agree.
Damn,
I agree.
I don't know how I thought that in English.
No, I agree 100%. And you know what? I learned this from one of my mentors. His name is Tony Martinez, and he showed me a strategy to whenever someone says no to you, then come back with a question in the lines of no as in never, or no as in right now, no, but maybe in a year, 2 years, 3 years, you might explore this possibility. You see, because if we stop with a person saying no, that's it, then we close any potential opportunities in the future to interact with that person. Does that make sense? Would you agree?
Yeah, Of course, it's like you say no to this house. Also, that means you don't want a house right now, or you want a house, but maybe not this house. Yeah, I want a house, but I don't want a pool. Okay, so we're looking about an apartment. Also, now we're in the game again. But
Right.
don't think of no. I mean, you don't know. I mean, we've talked about Grant Cardone, right? Grant Cardone, something I love about him. I'm not studying him right now because I'm somewhere else. But one of the things that he says that has been like his most difficult sale, it was like his wife, because when he invited her, she said no, like for 10 months, and he was looking many things and many strategies until he thought what was it that she really loved, and she loved shooting. And let's think about this. Many of us are looking or thinking from our perspective of necessity. And when we think of a necessity, we think about us, and we don't think about serving or loving others because we are missing something. But instead of thinking you miss something, whenever you love yourself so much and you think you have something to give to others, and you give even though you don't have, then that will be a win-win strategy. And then he thought about her, and then he knew that the best shooter in the country, and yeah, let's say in the country, was whatever, let's say JC, right, Garcia. And then he looked
JC,
for him,
there you go.
and then he got him to save an 2 hour to teach them how to shoot. And then he called her and asked her for a day. Oh, I find this guy, do you want to go? And it was after 10 months of calling her and not having one call back, when he called her and he gave a message about that, 5 minutes later, hello, what are you saying? And the thing here is, our life, we have to know that we're not empty and we have something to give. And whenever you know you have something to give, and you, Mayela, ¿cómo
Yeah.
está? Buenas noches.
Mayela, ¿cómo está? Buenas noches. No,
No, and you know something weird? She lives in LA, and I don't know why I talked in English, in Spanish, but it was like she talks in English very well, but well. Okay.
all right.
Sorry.
So here is one of the and every time that I talk to my friends, I always tell them this, that by the way, I learned it from a book. It's called I Hear You.
Okay.
Just so you know,
Nice.
I Hear You. It's a great book. So many times when we listen, or when we hear somebody talking, we listen with the intention to argue.
Yeah, to respond.
We listen with intention to respond, or we listen with intention to, okay, what is it that he's going to say or she's going to say that I'm going to say no, or you're wrong. Right. They're combative. So in reality, relationships, it's going to be about, okay, if you're talking to someone, or if I'm listening to someone that is talking to me, I have to listen, not to argue, but I have to seek understanding on what is it that they're trying to say, or what is their point of view. Because if I only see it from my perspective, I'm losing their perspective. So if they're talking to me from their point of view. So in order for me to understand what they're saying, I have to put myself in their shoe and figure out where is it that they're coming from, so that then I can understand their point of view. And if they're wrong, okay, what's the source of the mistake? Does that make sense?
Yes, of course. I mean, if you want to have a relationship, maybe it's work, or maybe it's life, maybe it's your friend, don't make yourself interesting. Because many people are in a conversation and say, hello, I've done, I got, no. Don't make yourself interested. Get interested in the other people, hear them, and help them. Because if people get help, they give back. Because most of the people react to whatever life gives them, the 80% of the time. So the thing here is that you, in a responsible way, not in a not with the means to use that as only your benefit. Because the thing here is, if it's not a win-win, I don't play. I don't, even though I'm selling, I don't want to sell anybody. I want to help you to get whatever you want that you really want it. I don't want to sell you. You want to buy it? I can give it to you. I can help you. And I think that whenever you think of helping others, you can make great fucking happiness. Has to be with the free will. And whenever you decide, like when you decide to change, you decide to grow, how can I help you grow if you don't want to grow? You first have to think to grow. I show you by my example, and when you're ready, you'll tell me, a ver, Julian, I want to know what was it that you're telling me? Let's put the example of the gym, right? That you were saying. Juan Carlos, we two are fat. Let's go to a gym. I don't want to go. Don't worry. I go myself. And when you see me thinner, you say, damn, boy, what are you doing? And then you ask me, I want to go where you're going. That's why we have to lead by example. You want a better world? Change yourself. And when you change yourself and be like to others will see it. And who's interested, bring it over and help him to grow, because that's life. And that's what we're meant to be, to help each other.
Yeah, seek inspiration in others. To inspire others.
To serve.
I mean, don't seek for recognition. Seek to inspire other people to accomplish great things, to accomplish greatness. So, as I mentioned before, I do real estate, and in our office, when I started, they gave me a position to train agents. So usually now when I'm training the agents, I do an exercise and I say, all right, so let's say that we are at a party, okay? Let's say that Julian is throwing a barbecue, and and you want me to know that you do real estate, and that how would you open what is your approach in order to engage in a connection, in a relationship. So every single time the agents, they come and they start, hi, my name is this, that. By the way, I do real estate. If you ever want to buy, sell, or invest, let me know. And I say, okay, great. Are you done? Yes. And every single person, they tweak a little, but at the end, it's about the same thing. So then I say, okay, so let's analyze this. There's two people here. One is the future client, and the other one is you, who is the agent. Between the two of you, between the two of you, who is that? What do you know about the future client? I know nothing. Okay, and what do they know about you? Yeah, they know that I'm a realtor. I gave them a business card, this and that. Okay, so whose interest is to know about the other person? Is it in your interest to know about the future client, or is it about the future client to know about the future salesperson?
Yes.
So then the analogy at the end, or what they get time talking about ourselves, when in reality what we have to do is find out about the other person, about the other party.
Selling is serving. I mean, for God's sake, think about how can we make a better world by thinking only of us. I mean, it's not a win-win. I mean, think about this. We have to have something. It's empathy. We have to have interest in others. whenever you see that your wife, right? Did you get to your wife and say, I'm JC Garcia and I'm very interested man? No, you got interested in her to know what she likes, and you invited
Oh,
her
man.
wherever she wanted. And by the
And my
way,
wife's smoking hot. And my wife's smoking hot.
and I mean, and it went backwards. Then she was interested in you in both ways. When you talk on a relationship, it's not that I'm only interested in you, and not that you're always selling to her. It's that both are giving and receiving, and that's what makes a healthy, growing relationship. Damn,
Yeah.
I always miss it.
Man, I'm proud of you. You're doing amazing.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe I'm already 50 with you. Thank you, by the way. 56 minutes talking in English, like all the way, 99% of the time. Damn. I just want to be next Thursday to talk it and do it again. That's what I tell people. Whenever you're scared of something, just jump, just do it. Because fear will be until you jump and do it. Will Smith talked about it. Then one day he was like drinking with his friends, and then he said, "Let's go skydiving tomorrow." And he said, "Yeah, let's do it," because he was drinking. And the next day his wife went, "Okay, you go skydiving." What? I went skydiving. No, you said it. You are going. I'm like, damn. And he was so scared when he got there, and he was waiting that his friends weren't there, and they were. Then he went into a plane and he was scared to death. And the plane went up and he was scared to death. And then it was his time to jump, and he just jumped. And then he was, wait, and where's the fear? Shh. And the fear stayed in the plane. And that's how your life goes. Many times I'm scared to do something, and I want like that 5-second rule. Have you heard about it?
The
It's a
5-second
book.
rule?
Yeah, it's a book. And the 5-second rule, it's when you want something, just do it. Just jump to it. But if you stay thinking 5 seconds, you'll find a way or some disculpa not to do it, right?
Excuse.
And then
An excuse not to do it.
you make an excuse why not to do it. But if you say, for example, man, this guy is good, you just call him and say, let's have an interview next Thursday. I mean, and the man says yes. What do you have to do? You're already fucked. You just have to go and have to make a plan. I mean, and sometimes if you think of building a plan to sell it, maybe it's too much work. But if you already have the client, you'll just jump to it. Just make it happen. But start the other way around.
Yeah. He got connected a few minutes ago. I saw him. So, hey, Jonathan. So I'm going to use him as an example. I was not, when I saw him getting online, it came to my mind. Look at what my wife is writing.
Yeah, you're right.
So, so he was, when he came here to the United States, I mean, there's gazillion success stories that you hear, but at the same time, you hear when you hear the success stories, everybody talks about the glory, but nobody talks about the
fight.
What needed the fight in order to get there. So, anyways, this friend of mine, he came where he was already a man, and so English is it's hard to learn once you are older.
Yeah.
So when he came here, he started in a business to, I believe he was doing rental cars.
You have to behave. Your wife is telling you. If not, he'll.
Let's behave. All right. So then he was in a rental car. Then he had a business that they were washing cars, or he was selling the products. I don't know. So, anyways, then eventually he started working for a law firm that represents people that have been in car accidents.
Excuse me, by the way, we're out of time right now. If the
Okay.
time started counting down, will you want to go and connect again to
I don't
finish the
mind.
story like 5 or 10 minutes more?
I don't mind.
Okay, thank you. Okay, please
I don't.
continue. Sorry, I'm telling you,
So
but I
anyway,
didn't want to surprise you about that because
no,
we
it's fine.
in Instagram we have an hour, and we're also transmitting in YouTube and Facebook. There we have 4 hours to transmit. Right now we're having 30 seconds. That's what the watch is telling us. So
Buenas noches. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in English. Good night. Good night for everybody. Here we're talking in. We're having David. We're back. Please put it back here. Thank you very much for everybody to be here. This been a this has been a very fun night, for real.
Man, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's fun for me
for
too.
real, for real, I'm like, it's like I'm having a fun fight.
There you go. There
But
you go. You know what? Just have fun. Enjoy what you're doing, and that's it.
enjoy, enjoy
So
the
anyway,
journey.
so yeah, enjoy the journey.
Please reframe what you're saying. If people get here into the, you have a friend, the whole thing. Sorry.
Jonathan, yeah, Jonathan Pacheco. So
Yeah.
so Jonathan, he was when he came here, he came from Venezuela.
Okay.
So he was first he was struggling with hello to Gina Gavilanes. That's the
Yes.
same last
She,
name. Is
she's
she related to my
the
wife? No, she's not.
what?
She's not related to my wife.
No. But she's my friend. Next week we're having an interview in English here. She's a great person. I love her very much. She's one of our team of greatness leaders, of unstoppable leaders. She's a great
Okay.
person.
So what's up, Gina? So anyways, oh look, I know this name. Desert in the
Desert
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Phoenix.
I know that name. All right. So anyways, let me go back to the story. So Jonathan, he was so when he came here to the States, first he
Yeah.
was in the rental car business, then he was in the car wash, but he was not taking. Oh, there you go. Sup, Gina. So it was not taking him anywhere. So what he did was Then he started working for a law firm. A law firm that
Okay.
usually what they do is they represent people that have been victims of accidents, like slip
Okay.
and fall, car accidents, things of that nature. So, anyways, when he started with that company, I believe he's been with that company for maybe like 4 years. They had like maybe a good month was 20 new cases. And that was a really good month.
Okay.
So, and he, keep in mind, although, yeah, we're here in Miami, a lot of people speak Spanish, yet the dominant language is English.
Yeah, I
And he
mean,
was
it's a
serving,
half thing.
right, and he would go from Palm Beach all the way down to Homestead. I mean, it was a large area that he was covering. So,
Okay.
to make the long story short, right now he is the person that leads the investigation or the signing of new cases. Remember, he
Okay.
works for an attorney for a law firm. He's not an attorney, so he's the one that signs the cases. And right now he's doing about between 200 to 250 cases a month.
Damn. Oh, so from 10 to 250, right?
Yes.
Damn.
I
I
mean,
mean,
talking about success and the reason why, or what I oh, it's Cynthia, there you go, from Mexico. Yes. So, anyways, the thing is that he was very he wouldn't stop at the different objections, or he
yeah,
wouldn't just stop or look at his limitations, or, oh, I'm
yeah.
not an attorney, oh, I'm not. No, he just kept on going. He just kept on going. In reality, I mean, it's what the name of this, what is it, fucking things done, or
Fucking making things happen.
fucking making things happen. So, yeah, and right now, I mean, he leads the department, and he is pretty much because of him, most of the success of this law firm is due because of his tenacity, his work ethic. And in reality, at the end of the day, that is the mentality that we should have. That it doesn't matter the adversity that we find out there. We just have to keep on doing, making,
Yeah.
just hustling, and that's it. Just hustle, hustle, hustle. Get it done.
It's not. Yeah. That's the whole thing. I mean, for example, Gina. I don't know if it's. I could say it. If you tell me I can, I'll say it. But she has like one of her principles. It's like I'll ask her if I could say it, or maybe she can write it. But something important is I don't get paid, and I don't want to get paid because of what I know. I don't want to get paid for the time it takes me. I don't want to get paid by the time I take to do my job. I want to get paid for results. And when you think about that, you fucking make shit happen because your concern it's within the results. Gina has in her organization one principle that says getting shit done or making shit done, right? And I mean, she has an organization that moves, I mean, if I'm not confused, more than 150,000 students around the world through universities. I mean, that's something real big.
That's
And
another
it's
shit.
real, a great company. And she says one of her values is getting shit done. Damn. I mean, I think that there's no bad words. It's the use or what the significance you give to the words. And getting shit done can't be said in another way. That's your cousin right there, just joined.
Yeah, I see that. Soy tu conciencia.
Fit your fit
Not that one.
conscience. That's
No,
good.
this is it. This is the other one.
I'm your fat conscience.
Yeah. So you know what?
Okay.
At the end of the day, is the bottom line message is that if you want to accomplish something, just don't give up the moment that you have
Yeah.
obstacles. Just think about it. The more resistance you have
Yes.
to accomplish something,
Yeah.
that means that there's a greater outcome at the end of the paddle.
I mean, that's how you make shit happen. Just do it. But how am I going to do it? Just do it. I mean, so many people think about the what. You just keep going, and you just keep learning, because every step you make, if you don't think whatever outcome comes to you, it's bad or good, you just learn from it, you always get better. I mean, I didn't know how this thing was going to happen today. I just want to bake it. I just want to start. I just want to think about making great things happen. And the only way you can make great things happen is by making it, not by planning it. If you are the type of person who are thinking that you're taking your time because you want to do it perfect, you don't want to do it perfect. You're
And you're not going to do it.
scared.
Right? You're not going to do it.
No, but why not? Because him or she is just scared. And the thing is, you're only scared until you start doing it. And when you're doing it, you're just learning every time. There's no good or bad response. You're just learning, or there's no bad response. They're just response. And whenever you can make the best of whatever you're incoming and learn from it, every time it's great. You're not failed. You've learned, and whenever you learn, you win. Always.
Yeah, always, always, always. So, yeah, my wife just put there in the chat that every no uh, you getting live will get you closer to. We just have to keep on pushing, keep on moving forward, and not don't
Yeah.
worry about the adversities that you find
Or the
along the
outcome.
way. Is that they're just adversities, and enjoy the journey, as like the legendarios say. I mean, disfruta el camino. Just enjoy the journey, because if you don't enjoy the journey, if you keep on pushing and moving forward and you don't enjoy the journey, eventually there is a possibility that you get to your destination. But if you were bitter, if you didn't enjoy what you were doing, by the time that you get to your destination, there might be a very strong possibility that once you get there, you will not get to enjoy the destination. You'll be,
Mira, Gina said,
oh, there
"Au."
you
She knows. She knows what she's talking about. That's nice. So let me tell you something. What you're saying is so real. So many times we're thinking about the outcome, but not about the journey, right? For example, me, I studied medicine because I want to honor my dad. But I noticed that I loved people and I love to help. And I tried to do it the best way I could honor my dad. And when my dad died, that hurt so much that I lost my faith and I lost my journey. And then I remember one day I was talking to a friend, and I was bitching about it. And the friend told me, like, Julian, but tell me something. Why do you study medicine? Say, I want to help people. I mean, that came from my heart. And she said, do you know something, Julian? For helping people, you don't have to study medicine. And for me, it was like, what? For real? I can help people not studying medicine. And I left the career. What do I do now with all my passion? What do I do with when I had a gym and every day I woke up at 6 in the morning and stayed working till 10 at night? Help people because I fucking love it. It gives me like the how to say, the highs. I love to do it. It's like my passion. But now I do it the way that works for me and works for the others. That way I can make things, even though I may be sad, I may be, you'll do it anyway. because it's your purpose, and that will take you higher, how do you say, farther, and you'll have a stronger journey.
Man, I'm so proud of you. You're a pro at this, man. Come on, this was not your first rodeo. You've done this before. You're just messing with my intellect.
No. You know what I was thinking a minute ago when I was talking fluidly? I said, damn, I'm not thinking, I'm just doing it. And maybe I'm just connecting with myself. My wife always says, where's the money? Where's the money? Give me the money.
The money comes. The money comes. And just to let you know, at the end of this, once we're done with this, before I forget, I'm just gonna have this in this sweet bubble gum in my cousin's name, because she loves when I eat sugar. So thank you, cousin Eddie.
By the way, you know something? So many times in life, you plan, right? But even though you plan, life has other plans for you. The thing is, are you going to say no because life has other plans for you? For example, I had a plan. I said, I'm not really thinking about English. Like, it's not my native language. I don't speak it, like, never. But I always study in English. I must be prepared. And if I could say I've talked about this, I've only talked about 1 point from 20. But even though it's been like a good talk, I mean, we've been talking like for 1 hour, 20 minutes, and that's a lot. So don't worry about what life brings you. It's like a dance. It's like pushing and giving, moving and making the best out of it, and fucking enjoying it. Like
Yeah,
you said.
as long as it's not reggaeton, because it's not reggaeton. Yeah. So, and you know what? I've really enjoyed this meeting, this transmission that you see. As a matter of fact, my cousin is saying, "Ya cenar." So, to end it in a positive note, as the whole thing has been just positive, speaking positive. So, how can I help you? Tell me, how can I serve you? I'm asking you right now. Yes.
Help me get people who have something to say so I can tell the world within this channel that we can be better, that there's an opportunity, that there's life and love in the world. That's how can you serve me if you want.
Would it help if I get you people so that you can interview? Leaders?
Yes, of course. Yes. People who have something to say and can help other people grow and know that there's an opportunity, and them to have faith. For example, I was thinking about my plan, and there's something I don't want to miss. And there's some things that is very important that people don't often have in their mind. And it's the 5 loves of a leader. When I heard this, and this was from a team, from my team, from Unstoppable Leaders, he said there were 3 loves. And when I started thinking about it, there are 2 more. So I've make it my own, and it was 5 loves. Don't have a purpose, and it's because we don't acknowledge He's there, and He really is there. If you think about your life, how can you become who you are just by casuality? I mean, it's stupid to think the world and the human being and everything it's in order just by stars floating like thousands of years ago. But if you think and you see behind the curtains, there's someone there who loves you the most and can make the best of whatever thing you're happening. So the first love of a leader must be God. The second love must be your purpose, why you're here. And you know what, this is good, because many times we're having a bad time. But whenever you think that this has a purpose, that makes you stronger. That helps you go, not stay within the hurt, but get within the growth, and makes you stronger and makes you think that the best is coming. The third love is
So
love yourself.
wait. So in other words, what you're
Oh,
saying is that it doesn't matter how many times you fall down, just make sure
well,
that you get up and keep on going.
let me think about this. I've never thought it this way, but it says, how much times should I forgive my brother? Every time. You know why? Because everybody falls. Why should you be accusing him? If you accuse him, it's like you're accusing yourself, and you won't be able to accuse another if you love yourself so much that you don't accuse yourself and you see yourself with love. So see others with love and see yourself with love, and love yourself so much that know that, like me today, I'm fighting the fight. I'm thinking so much to do my best, but I'm doing it. I'm not there sitting expecting the life to change. I'm here fighting every day, doing it, fucking making things happen. And
There you go.
thank you for accepting the title, because many people would say, like, it might be aggressive, but I think there's no other way to say something. Suena siempre mejor de la manera que es correcta. Eh, there's great things, or there's a good way to say things and fucking make things happen. It's like, I know, Gina, I know, but you know that we're doing our best right now and doing it
No,
with love, even
but
though the language.
before you move on, I just want to acknowledge Mayela Gonzalez Iniguez,
Yes,
because
yes,
she did say something about that in the previous recording, in the previous
yes.
live, that
Thanks for
something that she was
remembering.
helping her exes, and yeah, awesome. Thank you for that feedback.
No, by the way,
So what's number
before
4?
continuing, yeah, I want to tell number 4. I was going to ask you that. Thank you for acknowledging that. She said she always gave the best to her wife, but she didn't give back.
Right.
What do you think about that? Yes. She has her partner, right? And she had like a relationship, and she loved her very much, but she didn't have a good feedback from her, and she was hurt. What do you think you should do when someone doesn't?
It's with you. It's love is a decision.
Yes.
Love is not something you can impose.
Okay.
So if I let's say that let's say that you're my partner, okay,
Sure.
and you love me with all your heart, but if I don't decide to open up and love you back, it's it's not your fault. It's just that I didn't make the decision. So what's number
Yeah.
4?
If you're not meant to be, how Erica said, next. But don't stop thinking about her, because that won't happen, and you deserve something better.
Right.
Number 4, love. It's from love yourself, and then love your message. Everybody has a story, and you know something. I remember when I wrote my book, which is a bestseller at Amazon, and someone, my teacher told me. I said, I'm concerned nobody will read it. I'm concerned of my message. And she said, you know something? You have something to tell the world. Don't become something else. Don't think you have to become someone else to tell a good story. Just be yourself and tell your story. And when you think of your fight, and whatever you're coming, and whatever you've overcome, that's your story. I mean, people who have been betrayed and forgive have a story to tell to help other people that have been betrayed. People who have been have many things in their life and have overcome it, they have to tell that to other people, because we were made as one, as a family. We're made as a team, and our vision and our purpose is to help others over. They're having their fight. So learn and acknowledge, love your message. You have something to tell. And the other one is love people. Love people so much that you can overcome yourself. And this is something I learned one day. And many of us don't think of ourselves better because we think we fail. It's like somos pecadores. But you have to know something. Look, God can help others a través tuyo,
Through
even though, through you, even though, how do you say pecador? You're a sinner.
Sin.
God can help others through you, even though you're a sinner, because He loves you so much, and He loves another that He won't miss the opportunity to use you to use others. If you see in the Bible, He talked about Jose, Joseph, who went, and he was the right hand of the, I forgot the, ¿cómo se llama? The great man in the city. Let's say he was not the prince. He was the second person most important in the city. In the damn, I forgot the word. Yeah, el faraón, the pharaoh. How do you say in English?
Pharaoh.
He was the second person, and this person didn't believe in God, but even though He used him to help Joseph, to help his people. So never judge other people. Love them, and love yourself so much that you can use yourself, and I mean use, to help other people, because there's a message in you. You have a purpose, and love is real.
Yeah. Then number 6. Let me just add number 6. There you go. And then in next meeting with Gina, then number 7, and so on and so forth. So number 6 is don't expect to win every battle.
Yeah. Every time, whatever happens, if you learn from it, you'll win.
Yeah.
God has a purpose. I mean, I think about this. So everything I do, I give it to Him. And every time I do, I say I pray with all my heart for Him to do the miracle. But I work with all my heart to make the miracle come true. If the miracle doesn't come true, whatever I'm looking or I'm fighting for, it's His will. And I accept it with love and with peace in my heart. And I know He has something better for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that every time, it doesn't matter if what you want happens or what you want doesn't happen, it's the best for you, because He's looking for the best for you. And I think that for the ones who love God, everything works for the right or for the good.
Yeah. You know what? I can only say that it's been an honor. I mean, right now, it's been an honor to be here, your first transmission in English, and I'm so looking forward to see whenever you have thousands of people connected at the same time. So right now, there might be very, very few, but you know what? At the end of the day, these are the ones that are going to support you and be there for you once you become a mega motivational speaker. So kudos for you. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm going to be working on getting you some people that I know that they'll be glad. There are some that do not speak Spanish, so there's some that are going to be glad to be in this platform and sharing the wisdom and nuggets, or golden nuggets as we call them here, and y la prima. So thank you so much. And if there's anything I can do for you, by all means, you know what, I'm going to this book, whenever you get a chance, I don't know if The Go
Go
Giver.
Giver.
Great book.
No. Okay.
Great book. And let me know. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I'll be more than happy to do so.
Whenever you see there's someone who has something to say and have something good that can help people, mostly in English. If in Spanish, I have 2 days, Tuesdays and Wednesdays in Spanish, Thursday in English, and Friday, I'm going to have another inspirational day. But the thing is, I love my life. I love what I can give. And all I can do is be light to others. It's not that I change people. Love changed my life. And everything I give to people, it's only as I'm just returning what life, God, my family has gave me. That's all I can do. If you have someone who has something to say, I'll be glad to talk to him and tell other people his message. So thank you very much for this night. Thank you. Thank you from my heart.
Gracias.
It's been like a great desafío. Damn, like 99% in English. Damn, I could never think about it. And
man, happy wife, happy life. Keep that in mind always. By the way, there's something that I do that I want to ask you. If you know, I've been trying to reach out to whoever is the head of Pronovis in Guayaquil. We're trying to identify a real estate company down in Ecuador to bring Keller Williams to Ecuador. So if you know of someone that might have an interest to bring the franchise to Ecuador, let me know, and so that I can talk to that. But now just to let you know that someone asked for what book is this? The Go Giver. The Go Giver. See, in Amazon, I got it from Amazon. It's a very short book. You read it maybe in a weekend, but it's really good. All right, man. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. And I really enjoy this transmission.
Thank you very much. Mayela, we have to talk about it. Everybody has to grow. If you're still thinking of your past, you'll never grow. You have to let go whatever happened to you and make fucking things happen. Thank you for everybody that's here, because you have greatness in you and love, and God loves you very much.
¿Qué tal, mi hermano?
Espérate. ¿Qué fue? ¿Estás ahí?
Aquí estamos todavía en vivo, aquí en Facebook y en YouTube.
Gracias de verdad a todas las personas que se conectaron. Lamento si algunas personas se conectaron y esperaban algo en español. La idea es crecer, la idea es llegar a más personas. Y creo que la luz, así como un vaso de agua no se niega a nadie, la idea de la luz que siento que he recibido es justamente para compartirla de diferentes maneras. Y el hecho de que lo hablemos en español o lo hablemos en inglés, busca simplemente que el mensaje llegue a más personas. Thank you very much for the people that have been here for the time. This is the first time ever, and we're going to continue it every Thursday. I love you very much. Love loves you very much. And things will get better. You just have to have faith. Thank you very much. I love you. Gracias, David, hermano. Bendiciones. Te quiero mucho. Gracias por esta noche, papá. Nos vemos mañana a la misma hora, por el mismo lugar, a las 9.
Hermano, nos vemos ahí.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.
Felicidades. Nos vemos.
Chao, gracias, lo mismo.